Hello everybody, this is Janice Goldschmidt, and today we're going to get out of the house by looking around the world at how different cultures and traditions are celebrating in the month of December. Of course, some of us are getting ready for Christmas, but there are other religious and cultural traditions going on as well, and some seasonal practices. So let's go around the world and see what other people are up to. One very important day in December is December 22nd. That is the winter solstice. That's the day when the Earth's poles have the maximum tilt away from the sun. And what that really means for us is that that's the day when we'll have the shortest amount of sunlight and the longest amount of darkness. And you can see why ancient cultures would find that very significant. Because the minute you hit winter solstice, it begins to turn the other way, and darkness recedes and light increases, so we're headed towards spring. And many of the traditions that we utilize in winter really come from winter solstice, such as the Yule log and mistletoe and things like that. And you can see why that winter solstice would be significant for people who live on the land. They would mark it as the coldest spot in the year, and we know that there are lots of traditions around the world, special drinks, special foods, and obviously all of them are going to be super warm to protect us during the cold winter months. Another important holiday in the month of December is Hanukkah, which is celebrated around the world by our Jewish friends. You'll be seeing a video in the coming weeks on the cultural background of Hanukkah. But today, we'll just talk about some of the foods. And one of the most popular foods at Hanukkah are latkes. That's a fried potato pancake, sometimes with a little onion in it. People like to dip them in sour cream and applesauce. Another food tradition you'll often see at Hanukkah are cookies, just like we have at Christmas, but decorated with the blue of Hanukkah, and often in a star shape. Kwanzaa is also celebrated in the month of December and throughout the world by people from the African diaspora. Because it's such a diverse holiday, there are many different food traditions involved. But obviously it's a feast day, so individuals bring to the table a bountiful display. Both Hanukkah and Kwanzaa have their roots in the idea of celebrating nature's bounty. At the same time, they both use lights in their multiple day holidays. And we'll be talking about both of those in an upcoming video. Well, if we start looking around the world and we point towards Japan, we're going to find that this is a country that does not celebrate Christmas. However, they have a very unique tradition in the month of December that many individuals in Japan like to participate in. Let's take a look.
In 1974, KFC introduced a marketing campaign called Kurisimasu Niwa Kentucky, Kentucky for Christmas. The campaign has turned into a national phenomenon. KFC Japan encourages stores to dress up statues of Colonel Sanders in Santa garb. Their Christmas party barrel meal includes family-sized boxes of chicken, mashed potatoes, and wine for $32. These packages account for about a third of the chain's yearly sales in Japan. And sales at popular franchises increase tenfold during Christmas.
A holiday built around the idea that we all eat fried chicken? Count me in. As we go around the world and look at what people are doing in the month of December, we're going to find a lot of different traditions related to Christmas. This is one of my favorite. It's from France. It's called the Bûche de Noël. And what it is it's a tradition of making a cake that looks like a log. This is a tradition that dates back to the 19th century, and the cake represents the Yule log that families would burn starting on Christmas Eve. And in the process of burning the Yule log, you're symbolizing the new year to come. So it's a cake to symbolize the new year to come. But let's be honest, it's a totally delicious chocolate sponge cake. And it's one of my favorite traditions from abroad. But let's look at some others.
The very mention of Christmas brings many images into the minds of those who celebrate the joy-filled holiday. Thoughts of family gatherings, shopping sprees, Christmas lights, gift exchanges, stockings packed with sweets, Santa Claus and his reindeer, and snow-covered postcards all bring a smile to one's face if they truly enjoy the holiday season. Yet, one other very important element of the holiday should also come to mind: food. There are many different dishes associated with Christmas. So what are a few of these dishes, and how long have they been a part of the Christmas tradition? There are many foods that people living in the 21st century look forward to as part of the Christmas feast. But believe it or not, the traditional Christmas meal has changed considerably over the years. With that being said, there are a few of the modern staples that have been around for a very long time. One of the most popular dishes is known as Christmas pudding, or plum pudding. Despite the name, it is actually made with several different kinds of mixed fruits. Christmas pudding is customarily served on Christmas Day, and it dates back to medieval England. An odd tradition once associated with the dish was the practice of hiding coins inside the pudding. Whoever found a coin got to keep it. The pudding was sometimes even lit aflame before being brought to the table. Another Christmas favorite with origins from the medieval era is known as mince pie, or minced meat pie. Mince pies are a sweet dessert made by mixing fruits, spices, and different types of meat inside a tasty pastry shell. By far, the most popular meats served at Christmas time have always been ham, goose, duck, and pheasant. In the United States, turkey, a bird that is native to North America, became very popular during the 20th century. One of the most popular Christmas dessert treats is gingerbread. Gingerbread is typically made in the form of small men. In fact, gingerbread men have become one of the most recognizable symbols of the holiday. Gingerbread is also used to create small houses. The houses are commonly decorated with icing and candy. One beverage associated with the holiday is eggnog. Eggnog is a sweet beverage made with milk, sugar, and eggs. Adults sometimes also mix alcohol in with the drink. These are just a few of the traditional food items many people eat at Christmas time. As the holiday continues to grow and change, surely more dishes will be added to our Christmas traditions.
But Christmas is celebrated around the world, including Mexico, where there is no white Christmas. Instead, they use piñatas and special foods and special events, just like we do here, but with a different flavor. They say Feliz Navidad instead of Merry Christmas. But some things are the same, aren't they? This sweetbread is a very popular dish at Christmas in Mexico. It's called the Rosco de Reyes, and it's actually what we call in the rest of the world King's Cake. It's served on January 6th, right after Christmas. And there's always a small figurine of a baby baked inside. And the tradition is that the person who gets the slice with the baby has to bring the tamales for the next occasion, according to the Mexican tradition. In Germany, Christmas is very much a community event. They have huge outdoor fairs where people congregate. There are rides and food stalls and things to buy. hot drinks, and you can get an entire meal by walking around and participating. One of my favorite Christmas treats from Germany is Stollen. It's essentially a very sweet bread with fruit and nuts in it. And I tried it by accident once when we were doing a tasting Tuesday and we got a loaf of Stollen from a European bakery. It's just out of this world. It's traditionally only made and served in the Christmas season, though, so it's not something you would eat the rest of the year. And Christmas is celebrated in the Philippines. And here they really like to light things up. And of course, people gather together to wonder in awe at these amazing display of lights. This yellow colored noodle dish is called Panchi Malaban, and it's a very popular dish at Christmas time in the Philippines. It's flavored with eggs and shrimp and ham, and it's mixed all together and is a quite hearty and delicious. And there I am. I hope you enjoyed this look at various traditions throughout the month of December. And from myself and all of my interns at the Department of Nutrition Services, I wish you a very happy holidays.